I grew up in a small town, Ashland, Massachusetts, the second town actually on the marathon. And what an amazing place to grow up. Baseball, Red Sox became religion right away. Funny story how it all happened. My dad put me on his lap one day and said, pointed at the TV, "That's Captain Carl." Now, I had no idea he was referring to Carl Yastrzemski. I thought Captain Carl was some superhero. So I was immediately interested in baseball. But when I realized it wasn't a cartoon or the Incredible Hulk series, a character, I just fell in love with baseball. I cannot tell you how instantly I fell in love with it and how I loved it even more to see how much my dad loved it and how he wouldn't eat at dinner sometimes if they lost to the Yankees, or he'd get mad if the opponent scored in the first inning. It was true love. He never forced it on me. And then later in life, I think my parents thought I had a problem because I just wanted to go to Fenway all the time. I wanted to play board games, Stratomatic. I wanted to play baseball, computer games. I could not get enough baseball. And I wish I grew up in this time where I had MILB TV and MLB TV, because I'd be watching every minor league and every major league game. I have been a professional baseball broadcaster for 29 years. I know I look 32, but I'm actually 52. I call myself a reborn millennial because I love everything. I'm a gamer. I play MLB The Show on Twitch. I love TikTok, Snapchat, Snapface, Instagram, you name it. I'm on all of that. But I am so proud that I can say I have called 3,500 professional baseball games. Right now, one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox, and maybe you've seen me on NESN or NESN Plus. I started my career in 1997 after 2 years calling Milford Legion baseball. I made tapes. I sent them out. I got an internship in Woodbridge, Virginia. Just kind of moved around. 2005, I landed in Portland, Maine. I was their broadcaster for 15 years. And then I got the call for Pawtucket February 14th, 2020. 1 month later, the world shut down, but it all worked out as I'm still with the Woo Sox and couldn't be happier. So in addition to being a play-by-play broadcaster, I create content on YouTube. I've built my page up to almost 5,000 subscribers. I host a show through a company called FanArch called Red Sox Now, which has grown to 1,500 subscribers. But I'm constantly creating content and all of that. But something else I have a passion for, and that's acting. I've been a background actor in 4 major movies, including The Boston Strangler, where you can actually see me in the trailer, and I worked on 2 episodes of Law & Order in New York City. That's another part of me that I love and want to pursue and hope to have a line in a movie one day. I have 2 long-term goals: to call a Red Sox game just once and to have my name on the credits for a movie. My favorite Boston sports memory, I was thinking I could choose one that was really directly to me in 1986 when Dave Henderson hit that home run that kept the Red Sox alive. But one that will never, ever go away is taking my dad to his first ever playoff game. I was very privileged with the Portland Sea Dogs. We got tickets for games. My dad had never been. You know, he's kind of one of those, I'd rather just watch it on TV. I don't want to I'll mess with all the traffic. I said, "Dad, we're going." His favorite player was J.D. Drew. Absolutely loved J.D. Drew. And I think more because people were on him. He was there, and when J.D. Drew came up, he said he's going to do something, and J.D. Drew hit a grand slam. And just to see my dad's face and just see his emotion because he believed in him, it was one of the best moments I've ever had. So I've kind of learned on advice from people who visit Boston or from out of state. They're so used to traveling hours and hours to get to places. You can be from a part of Texas where if you're an Astro fan, it takes you 2 to 3 hours to get to the game. I tell people when they come to Boston, don't limit it to Boston. You need to go to York Beach, Maine, my favorite place on earth. You need to go to New Hampshire, Burlington, Vermont. You need to go to the Woo, check out Polar Park. You need to do as many sights and sounds and all kinds of things in New England, Newport, Rhode Island. I tell people to make a list, but don't limit it to just Boston. Spend a lot of time in Boston. You got to do the Duck Boat. You got to do a Fenway tour. But go hit 95 North, get to Maine, see the life there, but just don't limit yourself.